Good evening, everyone. This evening, we are going to learn about holistic wellness. Health is the precious treasure in everyone's life. And how to adopt and good and healthy schedule by which it will be eased in our day-to-day exercises. Today, our guests are, our lecturers are Dr. Susheel Sharma and Swami Dayadhipanandaji Maharaj. We will watch a short biography about them. Introduction.
Dr. Susheel has been associated with prestigious professional research and educational organizations. He has over time been able to conceive this idea of integrated wellness and has proven that it is possible to reverse major lifestyle issues. His amazing ability to make things lucid and simple, enabled through mastery of evidence-based research, is the most critical element, which makes this course a must for all of us. We take immense pleasure in introducing our esteemed facilitator, Swami Dayadhipananda. Swamiji is a doctor by profession, and he is the force behind making this IWSP Holistic Wellness Program a reality apart from being an efficient hospital administrator. He specializes in the practice to address complex health issues through lifestyle modifications. After completing his medical degree, Swamiji chose to dedicate
Over to you, Swamiji.
Namaste. At the outset, my Sashtanga pranams to Swami Dayadhipanandaji Maharaj, who has taken a keen interest in arranging this online program through which we have all joined to learn all about holistic wellness. At the same time, I offer my Sashtanga pranams to Swami Nityastanandaji Maharaj, the Adhyaksha of Bangalore Mutt, Baswangudi, by whose guidance and support this program has been arranged. My dear students, you, the youths of India, who are going to be the torch bearers in leading the nation, I want, or we all want you to be physically, mentally, emotionally strong, so that you'll go and do great things to make our nation a great nation. So that's why health and wellness is very, very important. So in this today's brief session, we will be talking about what is wellness, what is illness, a journey from illness to wellness. Why should we learn about illness and wellness? We have a special speaker, Dr. Susheel Sharma, who has the experience of working as an interventional cardiologist in USA and in UK, who knows all about our heart and who has performed more than 10,000 interventional cardiac surgeries. Such an experienced doctor, at the same time a true devotee of Ramakrishna mission. Inspired by the life and teachings of Thakurma Swamiji, he has dedicated his life now to work on preventive cardiology. So we have a person who knows about illness and wellness as a medical doctor, who has a lot of suggestions for all of us to maintain a strong physique, strong body and strong mind. Nerves of steel, muscles of iron, that's what Swamiji said. So to reach there, we have to learn and practice few things. Now, I request Dr. Susheel Sharma to come and address all of you for the next 20-25 minutes about IWSP, Integrated Wellness Science and Practice, or Holistic Wellness. Grand welcome to Dr. Susheel Sharma. Over to Susheel Sharma, please come.
Treat ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ Pranam Swamiji and Namaste. Thank you very much Swamiji for giving us the opportunity to
Make us co-host. Please make us co-host so that we can share the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, Swamiji.
So it's always very joyful for me, especially when I'm talking to the young students, because A, it makes me feel young and I like it, and B, is because you are the future of the nation, and you are the ones who are going to practice good wellness and spread the message to rest of the country. So today, this talk is going to be in two segments, as you know. We're doing it over 2 weeks. So today I'm going to focus on why you should practice integrated wellness, and also tell you what integrated wellness is. And in the subsequent last session, I will go into the specifics, how to practice integrated wellness, what exactly to do to get wellness. So just to put in perspective, as Swamiji alluded earlier, I'm an interventional cardiologist. An interventional cardiologist is the one who treats the blockages in the arteries in the heart, the cholesterol and the fat that gets deposited. And I did that over 35 years, day in, day out. And there's one thing I noticed, although it has been going on for 30 years, but it took 30 years for me to realize that there are a lot of things common in these people that keep coming back with the blockages. So one thing I found is that a lot of them are overweight and obese. I found out that their dietary practices were very close. I also found out that they were mostly inactive people who didn't exercise. I also found out that there are a lot of stress in their lives, and they have some health habits which are not good, like cigarette smoking or drinking too much alcohol. So I found out that this is a kind of constellation of certain life symptoms, life practices that makes them predisposed to the blockages. And that is what exactly is the lifestyle that I found out that these people had. And then I thought, okay, why not explore what their lifestyle is and see if something can be done about that lifestyle, and we can start reversing diseases. And that's what brought me here. I'm here. I will be working as a visiting faculty in the Department of Cardiology at All India Institute of Medical Science in Rishikesh. And we are in the process of setting up a research protocol to test the hypothesis that I'm sharing with you today, to see if that really helps reverse the illnesses. We're going to begin with the heart, then we'll go to diabetes and hypertension. So it's a choice. So remember this word, going here from today, if everything that I tell you, you forget, please remember this. There are 2 roads. there is one road that leads to illness, and there is one road that leads to wellness. And which road you take is a choice. It's a choice you make. It's a voluntary choice. You decide, I'm going to walk on this road. And then you keep walking on that road, and then one day you become ill. Or you say, no, I'm going to take this road, and I'm going to keep walking on this road, and you more and more go towards wellness. So whether you become ill or you become well, it's a choice that you make. So if you choose well, you get wellness. Now, what is lifestyle? In very simple way, it's a way you live, the way you eat, the way you move, and the way you think. That determines your lifestyle. So if you have certain kind of food, it predisposes you to illness. If you have certain kind of food, it predisposes you to wellness. If you're sedentary, it predisposes you to illness. If you move more and be active, it takes you towards wellness. So the integrative wellness that we are talking about is not just the mind and body. You know, the modern medicine deals very well with the mind and body. We believe that the spirit, the soul has to be part of it. The wellness cannot come unless there is spiritual understanding and spiritual follow that people do, because spirituality actually cleans the mind, and a clean mind then that makes you think properly and then choose proper practices in your life, and that's how your body becomes healthy. Now, pay attention to that. I know you're all very young, and I doubt if any of you have any of these illnesses, but these 9 illnesses are called lifestyle disorders: the blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, heart attack, stroke, dementia, kidney disease, and some liver disease also, and some cancers. The thing is that 80% of us, when you become 40, 50 or 60, 80% of us will have one or more of these illnesses. And what is second thing common to them? Next slide. 80% of us will also die from one of these. 20% will die of other causes. Now it may be one illness or more illness combined, or the effect of one of these illnesses. But when we die, 80% contribution will be made by some of these. The other important thing is that of all the money that you're going to spend in your lifetime, if you're going to spend, let's say, 1,000 rupees on your lifetime on your health, 800 rupees, 80% will be spent on taking care of these illnesses. So this is going to be a big financial burden if you don't make the right choice. And also, this is the very good news, that 80% of these diseases can be cured, can be managed, and can be improved by making the changes in your lifestyle that we are going to discuss with you. Our program is called Integrated Wellness, Science and Practice. Each word we chose carefully. We want to integrate our ancient wisdom with modern science. We believe that our ancient wisdom, such as yoga, pranayama, dhyana, are 3 of the strongest practices for wellness. We also believe that in our ancient text we see so much emphasis on dincharya, regularity, discipline, and that is the cornerstone of wellness. So we want to combine those Eastern practices from our ancient wisdom with the modern science, and we only take practices that have proven scientific value, and we'll prove it to you also that yoga, meditation, pranayama is scientifically proven technique even in today's world. We also, in a program that we do over several weeks with our patients, we also practice it together. Now, these are the 4 areas that we emphasize. We think that if you change your diet, if you make your lifestyle active, especially with yoga, and you regulate your sleep timings by discipline, you manage your stress in your life, and you change your habits, you are on the road to wellness. And we, in each segment, we have chosen practices scientifically proven that we discuss with you to give you wellness. Now, just put this little graph. So I know it's a little complicated. So important thing you need to understand is, in India, we are all vegetarians. Majority of the people. Some people sometimes eat meat, but most of us are vegetarians. one thing we don't realize that not all vegetarian is healthy food. There's some practices in vegetarian food that make you prone to illness. And it's a very large study done from the Nurses Health Study in America, and they divided those 200,000 nurses into three groups. Those that ate healthy plant food, and I will tell you what healthy plant food is in the next lecture, and those that ate unhealthy plant food, and we'll talk about that too, and those that ate meat, were non-vegetarians. What they found surprising was that eating healthy plants is the best diet, no doubt. But unhealthy vegetarian diet was worse than eating meat. Now, some of you may not be in the next session, so let me tell you, anything that's heavily fried, heavily processed, heavily salted, heavily sugared, all those samosas, kachoris, the fried food, the sweets that we eat like jalebis and those things, they're unhealthy vegetarian food. Now you're young, right? And especially during student days, stress becomes a big part. And you don't even realize that you're stressed out. And then some of you may say, go to Swamiji and say, oh, I'm having headache. Somebody may start getting some chest pain. Somebody says I can't sleep. Somebody says I become very irritable. I become very anxious. Or my hands are shaking. Or my legs are weak. All those symptoms can come from anxiety that comes from stress, because student life does have some stress. Now, if this happens to you, right? If somebody rear-ends you in a car, you're all going to be stressed out. So what's amazing thing is how fast your body reacts to stress, how fast your brain releases chemicals from your endocrine glands that go into your body and prepares you for this kind of stress that comes acutely. Now, what if this is happening on a daily basis? So this is your brain that gets the signal. Amygdala is your fear center. It senses the fear. It sends a signal to hippocampus that sends a signal to pituitary gland, and all these hormones are secreted. All this happens in a flash of a second when you have the accident. And so many chemical things start happening in your body. Now, if this is happening on a daily basis, how can it happen on a daily basis? Let's say you have a tragic event, you have financial difficulty, you have chronic illness, bad family relation. So constantly something is hitting your mind and giving you the same small dose of stress that an accident gives. The repetitions, reminders, ruminations, if you keep thinking about it or they keep happening, it has the same effect. Constantly your brain keeps getting activated and release certain substances. And what are they? So your pituitary gland secretes ACTH, then it goes to your adrenal gland and your adrenal cortex. Some of you who are biology students may have heard of these things called adrenaline, noradrenaline and cortisol. And they're very good. They prepare you to deal with the stress by doing certain things in your body, which is increase your breathing, increase your peristalsis, increase your heart rate, your pupils dilate, sympathetic activity goes up. But what if this keeps happening on a regular basis? When it keeps happening on a regular basis, you get metabolic syndrome. And remember one thing, when you have stress in your mind, this stress is affecting every organ of your body, not only every organ, every cell, every nucleus, every chromosome. Even your genetic expression gets modified, and that is why stress is such an important thing in leading to these lifestyle disorders. And in the next session, when we talk about what to do, how to do, we're going to talk about how to deal with stress. Now, what if I tell you that there was a wonder drug for wellness? It's once a day, you take that pill, right? It's affordable, very cheap, right? It has no side effects. And this will reduce your heart disease risk by 40%. It will reduce your diabetes risk by 50%. It will reduce your stroke risk by 27%. It will reduce your cancer risk by 50%. All of you would want to take this medicine, right? Why would you not? It's affordable, cheap, and once a day. What is that medicine?
Yoga. Exercise.
You must be wondering what that medicine is, right? So I'll show you what that medicine is. That medicine is physical activity. Physical activity is the closest thing we have to a wonder drug. So if you really want to have maximum benefit of wellness in your life, you must be active. Now, any physical activity in a student life, you can do jogging, you can do running, sports and all that. But we also think that yoga is a very good way of physical activity that Swami will talk about. Also, sometimes you get very lethargic and very mood goes down and there's some aches and pains. You'll be amazed, people that exercise, they release certain hormones in their body called endorphins, which are natural painkillers and natural mood elevators. That is why people who exercise on a regular basis have less aches and pains in the body, and they also feel happy in life. And therefore, to feel happy, to elevate your mood, exercise. Now we also talk about habits, how the habits form. You'll be amazed that habits have a certain pattern which is common in all habits. Somehow there's something happens and you feel bored. When you get bored, you say, okay, to get rid of this boredom, I have to do something. You do an action. And that action then gives you a reward. Through the reward, you feel good. And then your body gets used to, oh, okay, if I get bored, I do this thing, I feel good, and the loop runs, and that's how habit is formed. So let's say you're sitting and you're getting bored. Now most people, what do? You just open your cell phone and you look at your WhatsApp. You look at WhatsApp, you see something, you feel good. That's a reward, right? What you have not realized is that every time you get bored, you open the cell phone, you felt good, you created a loop now. So whenever you are getting bored, what do? You reach for a cell phone. So if, let us say, you get bored and somehow if you eat a chocolate or a rasgulla or a sweet and you feel good, then that becomes a loop. So every time you get bored, you're going to eat chocolate, you're going to feel good, and now you realize you're addicted to chocolate. So again, I keep saying, you have a choice. So next time when you feel good, you feel bad, instead of taking a chocolate, you actually take a fruit, right? And that is how you substitute a habit. So you change a habit by substitution. Okay, so anyway, I'll stop here and I'll just say one thing, that if you harmonize your outer nature and your inner nature, you get integrated wellness. Okay, your inner nature you organize by doing certain things, which Swamiji is going to talk about, and yoga, meditation and pranayama are the three best things to control and harmonize your inner nature. And how to work with the outer nature, I'll work with you during my stress session. So over to Swamiji, and I'll be happy to take some questions also. Is there any questions?
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಿ, ನಾವು ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳೋಣ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳ್ಸೋಣ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ?
ಹಾ, ಮೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ.
ನೀವು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? We'll go on to the next session.
There are no questions for now, Swamiji. We can move on to the
Okay,
next.
got it. Yeah, here we are. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವೇನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುಶೀಲ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸುಶೀಲ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಇಂದ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಬ್ದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಆ ರೀತಿ. ಕತ್ತಲ್ ನೋವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವೈಕಲ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಲೋಯಿಟೈಸ್, ಈ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೋಜನ್ ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್, ಮಂಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಸ್ಟಿಯೋಆರ್ಥರೈಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೀ, ಹಿಂಬಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಾರ್ ಫೇಶಿಯೈಟಿಸ್, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟಿ ತಲೆನೋವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಮೈಗ್ರೇನ್. ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಭಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ 35 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಡಿಸೀಸಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ದಾರಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಇಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಟು ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್. ನಾವು ರೋಗ ಮುಕ್ತರಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ. ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ವಂಡರ್ ಡ್ರಗ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವಂಡರ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್? ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ನಾವು ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಎಂಡಾರ್ಫಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದರು. ಎಂಡಾರ್ಫಿನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್, ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಗಿಗೆ, ನನಗೆ ರೋಗ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಬಂದಂಥ ಬಾಧೆ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಅದು ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್, ಸರ್ಜಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಣಿತಿ ಹೊಂದು ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ. ಆದರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ರೋಗ ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಕೆಲವು ಸೂತ್ರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು, ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ದಯಾಧಿಪಾನಂದಜಿಯವರು ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಋಷಿಗಳು, ಯೋಗಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಂದು ಸೂತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ವಿಸ್ಡಮ್. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ಇದನ್ನೆರಡೂ ಸೇರಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ we are a fit candidate to attain wellness. That's where our journey starts from illness to wellness. ಈ ರೋಗದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅನುಕೂಲ. ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ದಾರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಕೊಡುವಂತಾಗಬೇಕು ಆ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ದಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪುಟ್ ಯು ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಖಿನ್ನತೆ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನನಗೆ ಈ 20 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕತ್ತು ನೋವು ಬಂತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಡಿ ನೋವು ಬಂತು, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಏನೋ, ನಾನು 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಸೈಕಲಿಂದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ನೋವಾಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಡೂ? ಗೋ ಟು ಆರ್ಥೋಪೆಡಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್, ಶೋ ಟು ಹಿಮ್. ಅವ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಂಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೈನ್, ಟೇಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೋ. ಆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನೋವು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಮತ್ತು ನೋವು ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು. ಮುಂದೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗು. ಸೊ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಪೇನ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲರ್, ಎವ್ರಿ ಡ್ರಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆ ಸೈಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿಂದಾಗಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾವು ಅನೇಕ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಎದುರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಥೋಪೆಡಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ರೇ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು, ಮಂಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆ, ಈ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಗುಣಮುಖ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಆಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟಾಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟುಡೇ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದರು? ಯೋಗ ಆಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೋದು, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾವು ಈಗ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿ ಬೋತ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದು ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈ ರೋಗದಿಂದ ಭಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ದೂರ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 20 minutes ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಮೇ ಟೇಕ್ 10 to 15 minutes to talk about yoga as way of life. ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್. ಈಗ ಸುಶೀಲ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಉಪಾಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕಲಿ ಪ್ರೂವನ್. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್. 10 ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಆಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಇಂಟರ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳ ಹಿಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಪಾತ್ಸ್, ದಾರಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್, ಯೋಗ ಆಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. By the word yoga, we mean yogat yunjate, many becoming one. Jivatma becoming one with Paramatma. I becoming one with all. Remove that I, make it we. So in that word, illness to wellness, you see, illness, remove that I, replace it we, it becomes wellness. ಸೊ ಅನೇಕದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಆದಾಗ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೆಲೆ ನಿಂತೇವೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗಿಗಳು, ಋಷಿಗಳು, ತಪಸ್ವಿಗಳು, ಪಂಡಿತರು, ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಸೋಲ್, ಅವತಾರ ಪುರುಷರು, ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಅ ರೈಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಯೋಗ ಆಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಯೋಗ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಆದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಗದಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬಹುದು. ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ 3 ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಬಾಡಿ, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್. ಇದು ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಆತ್ಮನ್, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನ್, ಗಾಡ್, ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಭಗವತ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಆ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಿಂದನೇ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಶರೀರ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ಶಬ್ದದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಈ 3 ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಏನೇನು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಶರೀರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಯೋಗ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಯೋಗ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆತ್ಮ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಯೋಗಿಗಳಾಗುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ 3 ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಲಿತೇವೆ. ವೆರಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಟು ಬಾಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಕೇವಲ ಶರೀರ ಮತ್ತು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಸಾಧಾರಣ ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಯೋಗ ಈಸ್ ಸುಪೀರಿಯರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. There is something more than that. ಏನದು? Only yoga provides all 4 types of exercise which are a must for one to be healthy and happy and also to become a great person. What is that? Yoga gives you aerobic exercise. ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್, ಕಣಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಯೋಗ. ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಅವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಗ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಸಲ್. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್, ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಐರನ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಹುಬಾಲ್ಯ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಆ WWF ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ದಪ್ಪ ಮಾಂಸಖಂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಬಗ್ಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೋ ಯೂಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಯೋಗ, ಇಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಯು ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್. ನಡೆಯುವಾಗ 2 ಕಡೆ ಭುಜ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ನಡೆಯುವ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಗೇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಮಾರ್ಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ದ 4 ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸೈಸ್, ವಿಚ್ is aerobic, which is giving strength, which is making your body flexible, and also it keeps you in a balanced body and mind shape. That's why yoga is superior to any other normal exercise that we do, which we will be talking. So what is the mechanism? ಈ ಯೋಗದಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಏನಪ್ಪ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮು? ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಂಡೋಥೀಲಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದ ಒಳಗೆ ರಕ್ತನಾಳ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಲೈನಿಂಗಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಂಡೋಥೀಲಿಯಂ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಎಂಡೋಥೀಲಿಯಂ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಈಗ ಅವರು ಇಂಟರ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದರು, ರಕ್ತನಾಳಗಳು ಥಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಲಾಕೇಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ರೋಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ಲು ಆರೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಂಡೋಥೀಲಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಯೋಗ. ಇಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಂಟಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಶಬ್ದ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೂಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಂಟಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸರ್ಕ್ಯಾಡಿಯನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದಿನದ ಹೊತ್ತು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೈಟ್ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಊಟ ಮಾಡುವ ಮೊದಲು, ಊಟ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯಾಡಿಯನ್ ರಿದಮ್, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಏಳಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಲಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಆಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಎರಡರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯೋಗ ಹೀಲ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗಾಯ, ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಅನಾರೋಗ್ಯ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸಮ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯೋಗ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾನಸಿಕ ಖಿನ್ನತೆ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಎಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾ ಏನು ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ನಿಂದ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಸನ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಯೋಗ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಈಟಿಂಗ್. ಯಾರು ಯೋಗ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರು ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾದ ಊಟದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೋ, ಅದರ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕರವಾದ ಊಟದ ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ಗಮನ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಈಟಿಂಗ್, ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್, ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್, our body functions perfectly all right. So yoga connects body and mind because it has the concept of spirit, atman, brahman. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್ ಯೋಗ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು? ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟಿವ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಅವ್ರು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದಾರಪ್ಪ. Now some common solutions for health problems, again proved by National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health ನಿಂದ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಯೋಗ and pain management. If somebody has low backache, his spine is fine, his bone is fine, but still he has a low backache, that's due to muscle spasm. Low backache can be relieved by practicing yoga. Neck pain, again, wherever there is no proper blood supply, wherever there is no proper oxygen supply, when the muscle is not flexible, you get neck pain. So neck pain can be relieved by practicing yoga. Headache. Whenever you have a head, you should have a headache. Headache can be relieved by practicing yoga. How it functions? By increasing the blood supply and the oxygen supply to every cell of the brain. So your headache is gone by practicing yoga. Fibromyalgia, any pain in any muscle is called as fibromyalgia. ದೇಹದ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾಂಸಖಂಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋವು ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫೈಬ್ರೋಮಯಾಲ್ಜಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಫೈಬ್ರೋಮಯಾಲ್ಜಿಯಾ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಯೂರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೋಗ. ಆರ್ಥ್ರೈಟಿಸ್, ಆಸ್ಟಿಯೋ ಆರ್ಥ್ರೈಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೀ, ಮಂಡಿ ನೋವಿಗೆ ಆಸ್ಟಿಯೋ ಆರ್ಥ್ರೈಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೀ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಯೋಗ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮಂಡಿ ನೋವು, ಆರ್ಥ್ರೈಟಿಸ್ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯೋಗ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರೋನಿಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಹೆಡ್ಡೇಕ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಹೋಯಿತು. ಆಪ್ಷನ್ 2, ಐದರ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಪಿಲ್ ಆರ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ವಂಡರ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಂಡರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯೋಗ ಕಮ್ಸ್. ಯೋಗ is superior to any other physical activity like walking, running, sports. We know. So when you practice yoga, you get the immediate health benefits from acute diseases. Also, in chronic diseases like cancer, COPD, multiple sclerosis, asthma. Again, it's all research based. All were done research. Cancer patients who practiced yoga, their cancer improved, their happiness improved, increased. Chronic pulmonary diseases, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease like asthma, COPD improves by improving the lung function. Multiple sclerosis and fatigue improved when they practiced yoga. Asthma improved when they practiced yoga. Again, it's all research based. National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health. Yoga also has more benefits. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಾರಿ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನೇನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಂದು ವೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ವೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್. ಯೋಗ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಟು lose weight if you have got overweight. Yoga also helps you to gain weight if you are underweight. Yoga helps in depression. Yoga helps in anxiety, and yoga helps to quit all the bad habits. So these are some more benefits of the yoga. Now, if you can understand yoga as way of life, ಯೋಗ ಎಂಬುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಗದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಮುಕ್ತರಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಿಂದ ಸ್ವಾಸ್ಥ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೊಂದ್ಬೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದನ್ನ? ಯಮ, ನಿಯಮ, ಆಸನ, ಪ್ರಾಣಾಯಾಮ, ಪ್ರತ್ಯಾಹಾರ, ಧಾರಣ, ಧ್ಯಾನ, ಸಮಾಧಿ. ಮಹರ್ಷಿಯವರು ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಸೂತ್ರದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮುಂದಿನ ಟಾಕಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆನ್ ಅಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಯೋಗ ಸೂತ್ರ, ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಲೀಡ್ ಅ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಯೋಗ ಯಾಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ವಿತ್ practical demonstration of some free hand exercise called Sukshma Vyayama, some asanas which I can demonstrate sitting here, those, and pranayama, which is very vital for a healthy life, and of course meditation, which you are already practicing at Vidyarthi Mandiram. We'll learn more based on the scientific evidence based medicine, so called modern medical science. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಧರಿಸಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯೋಗದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಕಲಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಐ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಸುಶೀಲ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಟ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಮೀ ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೋತ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳೋರು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳೋರು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಟು ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಹೆಸಿಟೇಷನ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಣ್ಣ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ಸುಶೀಲ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಇಂಟರ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಷನ್.
Hello, Swamiji. Good evening.
ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
Namaste. Susheel Sharma ji, namaste.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Namaskar, namaskar. Your advice has helped me a lot while doing my dealing with my heart problem.
Muhammad Sharif has joined from Trivandrum. He is a close devotee of Trivandrum Ashram. Dr. Susheel and Muhammad Sharif, they know each other. Muhammad Sharif underwent heart surgery, which is called as angioplasty. His own son, daughter, they are all doctors. With all that, he had some health issues. After consulting with Susheel Sharma, he got relieved with all those things. So, Muhammad Sharif to share his experience, please.
Shall I speak it, Swamiji?
Yes, please.
So, first of all, I am deeply indebted to Susheel Sharma ji and Dayadhipanandaji Swamiji, whom I first met in our Tumkur Madhalli ashram. That was a wonderful meeting. And as a further progress to our meeting, I was able to contact and be in touch with Susheel Sharma ji when I was passing on through my bypass surgery, and I had a bit of high diabetes. I was following what Swamiji has told me. All those practices I have been following, and I am now completely freed of my type 2 diabetics, and almost I have completely. Earlier, I used to take 2-3 pills for my diabetic problem, but now due to the integrated wellness program, which I am just following now, I am going mostly without my diabetic pills, and I am quite fine now. After surgery, it is okay. It is almost 1 year now. There are some medicines have been prescribed, these ecosprin and all. It is all working, and I am comfortable, and I am greatly thankful to Susheel Sharma ji for one piece of information specifically, because after the bypass surgery, I was wondering still why I have pain. I have consulted several doctors. Why this pain even after my bypass surgery? One should be very free and should be able to walk easily, climb the steps. You can run, you can be alert and all. That was all what had been told by the cardiologist, intervention cardiologist. But still, I had that pain, and he alone first pointed to me and to my son doctor that if he is feeling pain, and he also had asked me to do an exercise by striking 3 or 4 times over my chest, and told me that if there is no pain on the heart portion, it's not a muscular pain. Something inside, something must be wrong inside, and most probably there may be a block. The block might not have been completely removed. So I had to do an angiogram, and surprisingly and very rarely, it was found that there is a small block in the lemma. So it was removed by an angioplasty some 3-4 months back, and I am quite fine now, and following the scheduled drug regimen they have prescribed, and the diabetic is also under perfect control. Thank you very much, both of you, for giving me such a valuable input in one of the major crises in my life. Thank you very much, Swamiji. Thank you, Susheel Sharma ji, for giving such a valuable information about integrated health programs. I think all the devotees and all the audience will be highly benefited by this, and I educate all the listeners to be part of this program throughout life, so that your life will be extended beyond your imagination. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama Sharif C, for sharing your wonderful experience. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಶರೀಫ್ ಅವರು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಒಬ್ಬ ಭಕ್ತರು. ಅವರ ಸ್ವಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಬೈಪಾಸ್ ಸರ್ಜರಿ ಆಯಿತು. ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ಕೇಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟಚ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹಿ ಗಾಟ್ ರಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಡಯಾಬಿಟೀಸ್ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ 4 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನ ಎಂಜಿಯೋಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ he talked about his illness, also he talked about wellness. So the wellness program, integrated wellness program, has helped him to regain his health completely. So that's his message. All of us should practice IWSP, integrated wellness science and practice. Thank you. Now questions from Dayadhipanandaji students, please.
Namaste, Swamiji. I am Prakhar Agarwal, Prakhar Agarwal of 18 years age. Swamiji, I have a question. You said that yoga helps us in every field, flexibility, strength, and 2 more points. Then in that case, what yoga should we do and how much time we should do to be flexible and have strength and all those points?
Yes. In my next presentation, I'll be talking about all the asana, pranayama that everybody must practice. So now for answer your question, I'll tell in brief. Before you start your yoga practice, by the word yoga, we will stick on to asana, pranayama and meditation. Meditation we'll talk in the second session. Now coming to asanas. So before you practice asana, you should practice sukshma vyayama, free hand exercise, yogic jogging, so that it will warm up your body. It will make your all parts of the body flexible. For example, you have got shoulder pain. So just do this, simple. This is the solution for shoulder pain, frozen shoulder, cervical spondylosis. This is called as sukshma vyayama. So in the beginning, we should do sukshma vyayama. We have to provide exercise for all the joints of our body. That is called as sukshma vyayama. Where you are there, in your room itself, do yogic jogging, running, warm up your body. Then do sukshma vyayama. Then asana like Surya Namaskara, Mandukasana. So many asanas we will be talking in my next session. So when you practice Sukshma Vyayama and Asana, it will make your body flexible. When your muscles are flexible, you don't have any pain in the body. You are free from fibromyalgia, pain in the muscle. When you do exercise for your joint, Sukshma Vyayama, you are free from the inflammation in that joint. So you are free from any itis, osteoarthritis, cervical spondylitis, plantar fasciitis. All itis, inflammation is gone. So, practicing Sukshma Vyayama, understanding the science. When you practice Sukshma Vyayama, what happens? It increases the blood supply to that part of the body. It increases the oxygen supply to that part of the body. It makes your muscle flexible. Pain is gone. Instant relief by practicing Sukshma Vyayama for all sorts of aches of the body. Now, when you practice Surya Namaskara, your whole body is becoming strong. All your muscles are becoming strong. After that, pranayama like Kapalbhati. When you practice Kapalbhati, it provides internal exercise to the internal organs like pancreas, kidneys. When you practice Anulom Vilom, it gives rest to your brain, mind. When you practice Omkara chanting, your lung capacity increases, your positivity increases, the positive energy flows. When you practice Bhastrika pranayama, it increases your lung capacity. So in my next talk, I will be talking in detail about all asanas, pranayamas and sukshma vyayama, and you will all practice with me and you will experience the benefits. So thank you for your questions. Any more questions, please?
Swamiji, there is one more doubt. Sir, for how much time should we do this exercises?
Yes. We divide it like this. Starting 10 minutes, yogic jogging. Then next 10 minutes, free hand exercise, sukshma vyayama. Next 10 minutes, asanas. So 30 minutes. Next 20 minutes should be given to pranayama and meditation. Minimum 15 minutes for 10 to 15 minutes for pranayama. Then, so like this, minimum 40 to 50 minutes per day, one must practice to get the complete health benefits of yoga.
Thank you, Swamiji. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Swamiji, how to avoid cramps and what to do when cramp is being going on?
So before I go and talk about cramps, I want Dr. Susheel Sharma to explain the medical science, the reason, the pathology behind that disease, why one gets cramps in general, a general knowledge about cramps. Then he'll talk about the medicines, then I'll come and talk about the role of yoga in avoiding cramps. Susheelji.
So most of the cramps in young age that occur are because the muscles are not used to being exercised, and therefore there is not enough oxygen supply in those muscles, not enough nutrients in the muscle. So if any part of your body hurts, especially the musculoskeletal structure, you should know it is not getting two things. It is not getting oxygen and it is not getting blood. The best way to increase oxygen to any muscle in the body and circulation to any muscle in the body is exercise. So if you do yoga and you strengthen those muscles as well as relax those muscles, stretch those muscles, you get rid of these cramps. Most of the cramps come when the muscles become weak, they're not being used, they're resting for a long time. The second is sometimes you can get cramps, especially in summer months, if you dehydrate. So it's very important to keep yourself hydrated. The third common cause of cramps is loss of electrolyte. If you sweat a lot and you lose potassium and magnesium in your body, your muscles start giving you spasm. So these are the essential things that you should address. Always keep yourself well hydrated. Make sure your electrolytes are adequate in your body by eating the right kind of food, and also to make sure that you exercise, you strengthen the muscle, and as well as you relax the muscle by stretching them, and that way you can get rid of the cramps.
Wonderful. So, tender coconut water is the best way to hydrate your body. It gives you natural electrolytes and it keeps you hydrated. Drink water at appropriate time. Listen to your body. It will tell you, it demands, pay attention to your body. So hydrate your body well enough to avoid cramps, as told by Susheel ji. Also, electrolyte imbalance. In severe summer, when you sweat a lot, when you sweat a lot, you lose some electrolytes. So these are the two things we have to remember after doing that. If you don't practice yoga, your muscle has become stiff. ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಪ್ಪ ಇತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗೇನು ಅಳಾಡಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಮಸಲ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯೂಶ್ವಲ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್. Suddenly I want to get up, I get cramps, muscle spasm, pain. So if you are doing regular exercise, again the focus is on the Sukshma Vyayama. Sukshma Vyayama is the ultimate medicine, the wonder drug to avoid cramps. One who practices Sukshma Vyayama daily will never get any cramps in the body. Similarly, Pranayama. Deep inspiration, deep expiration will relax your body and mind. Your muscles which have got spasm or cramp will be relaxed. It will be relieved. Well hydration, proper Sukshma Vyayama, Pranayama can make you free from all sorts of muscular cramps. Thank you.
ಬರ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಬಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Again, solution same thing. First of all, if ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀರು ಕುಡೀರಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ರಿ ಆ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಸಲ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ, ಅದನ್ನ ಡೆಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಸೊ ಅಗೇನ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್, ಕೋಕೋನಟ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಆಯಿಂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲೋಪತಿಕ್, ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿಕ್, ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್. ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಮ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಅನಾಲ್ಜೆಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಪೇನ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಹಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೈ ಆಡಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು, ದೆನ್ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಪೇನ್, ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪೇನ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪೇನ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲರ್ಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. Before you take painkillers, try these methods. And also, we are available to help you. We can also create a WhatsApp group after this class, and we can always guide you and suggest. So again, when you get muscle cramps, hydrate yourself properly. Do pranayama, anulom vilom, deep inspiration and deep expiration, and relaxing exercises, Sukshma Vyayamas. Artha aita?
Anybody has question? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಹತ್ರ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಬೇಗ.
ಪ್ರಣಾಮ್ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ದರ್ಶನ್ ಅಂತ.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್.
ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಏಜ್ 22 years. ನನ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯೋಗ, ಇವಾಗ ಬಹಳ ಸಲ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಲ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಪೇನ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ, ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೀವಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಹೀಗೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಇದೇ ತರ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್, ನಾನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು. ನನ್ನ ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್ ಸರಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳೋದು? ನಾವು ರಾಂಗ್ ಪೋಸ್ಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಪೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ದೆನ್ ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ವೇ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ವೇ ಇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಕೂಡೋದು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಸಿಟ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್. ದ ನೆಕ್, ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್, ದ ಸ್ಪೈನ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫುಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಗ್ರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಕಾಲು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನೆಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಮಂಡಿ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಸೊಂಟ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಭುಜ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವೇ ಟು ರೀಡ್. Body mind relaxed, at the same time you are in a fixed position. So read it for 10-15 minutes. Now close the book, relax. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋವು ಬಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಫ್ರೀ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಇದು ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪೋಸ್ಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ನೋವನ್ನು ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೋಗಾಸನ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ, ಅದು ಸರಿ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ನಡೆಯುವ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಾನೇ ಎಡುತ್ತಾನೆ, ನೀನು ನಡೆದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಡುವಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾ ಎಡುತ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ನಡೆಯೋದು ಬಿಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಯೋಗಾಸನ. ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬಿ ರೆಕ್ಟಿಫೈಡ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಟಾಟ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮ, ಸೂರ್ಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ asanas are very simple. In next class I'll demonstrate. You will love to do with me. So please start practicing yogasana. Yoga is way of life. Before we get any disease, we should practice so that we will be having that wellness. Next.
Namaste Swami. Namaste Swami. My name is Shesai. I'm 19 years old. My question is that since this is a general thing that when online classes commence and we need to spend more time in front of screens and everything and all, so we feel our eyes hurting, burning up. So constant water taking, is it recommended? Because recently we had an Ayurveda class in which they said that when you need only you need to take. So at such and such time, it's like involuntarily we take in water. So is that recommendable?
Yes. Listen to your body, that's what we said. First of all, we'll talk to you in detail about the whole dinacharya. What time you have to get up, what to eat in the morning, when to drink water, when to sleep, after food, before food, all these things, dinacharya we will tell. Circadian rhythm, we just touched in brief. In medical terms, we call it as circadian rhythm. In our Sanskrit term, we call it as dinacharya. How dinacharya is going to help you to prevent all sorts of lifestyle disorders, we'll explain in detail. Now, for example, if somebody gets strain in the eye, what is the best method? Look at the nature. Go in the open sky. Look at the greenery. So that is your eye. Look at the sun. Sun gazing. Look at the Jyoti, Deepam. So these are all the natural medicines that already we have with us. We don't use it, we get sick. So all these natural ways of a basic lifestyle can keep you free from all these small diseases, and next time we'll demonstrate about it.
So maybe one more doubt. Since this thing happened recently to me, due to an illness, due to a high fever, I left yoga for 1 week. So when I suddenly started, I started to have body pains a bit. So what should I do in such a time?
So again, stick on to the basic. Before you start doing proper asana, yogic jogging, wherever you are there, you have to do. ಮೊದಲು ಕೈಯ ಕಾಲು ಅಲ್ಲಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಗಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮಗಳು ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅದ. ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಭಾಳ ಟಫ್ ಆಸನ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಮೊದಲು ಫ್ರೀ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್, ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ವ್ಯಾಯಾಮ. ದೆನ್ ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಗೋಮುಖಾಸನ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸರಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈ ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಡೇಸ್. After 7 days, immediately I start doing all the tough asanas, it will hurt you. So do not start doing all tough asanas immediately, slowly. Free hand exercise, sukshma vyayama, yogic jogging, then small asana, then advanced. So before you do advanced yoga, you should make your body flexible by regular practice. Dirghakalena nairantara abhyasena. It's not possible in one day. You have to do practice regularly, daily, for a long time. So nothing to worry, slowly you do it. Yogic jogging, Sukshma Vyayama, then Asana. We'll explain it next class. Yes.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಲಿಂಗರಾಜ್ ಅಂತ, 19 years old.
ಈಗ ಒಂದೊಂದು ರೋಗಗಳು ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ಅದ್ರ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಯಾವುದೇ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರು ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಡ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಮಹಾರಾಜ್. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಶುಗರ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಶುಗರ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಶುಗರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಿಂತಾರಂದ್ರೂ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder. It's not related to your lifestyle. It's like accident happened, your body is not producing insulin, your sugar is gone up. So in that condition, we have to take insulin from outside. Diabetes alli ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಕಾರ, type 1, type 2. ಟೈಪ್ 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂಥರದ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಅ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಗೇವ್. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಎನಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿ. ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಮೆಸೇಜ್. I do everything all right, still I get a disease, there is a solution for it, nothing to worry. That has to be addressed individually. Okay?
ದಿಲೀಪ್ ಅಂತ 16 ವರ್ಷ, ನನಗೆ 16 ವರ್ಷ. ಮಹಾರಾಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು?
ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್. ಇಫ್ somebody who gets up in the morning and if he is complaining of headache, I think the first diagnosis he did not sleep well. ಸೊ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಾಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎರಡನೇದ್ದು ಐ ಸ್ಲೆಪ್ ಲೇಟ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಟ್ ದೆನ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಏನೋ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗುಡ್ಡ ಕಡ್ಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಗುಡ್ಡ ಮಾಡೋದಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆ. ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ವಿಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ರಿಂದ ಎದ್ದಾಗ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಲಗಿದಾಗ ಡೀಪ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಶಾರೀರಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮಾನಸಿಕವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಒತ್ತಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಲಗೆದ್ದಾಗ ಫ್ರೆಶ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಗೈನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ವಿಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು, ನೋ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು, ದೆನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಯು. ಇನ್ ಜನರಲ್, early to bed, early to rise, complete rest to body. Before you go to sleep, do not involve in active intense activity. Slowly you have to wane off your day so that you get a good sleep. Morning when you get up, you get that energy. Yes.
My questions is a representational questions of many of our students. I being a warden, I had to keep washing my wards. They make me watch always. Problem number 1, I represent them. After doing yogasana, we get sleep. Our routine starts at 4:45 first bell, second bell 5 o'clock, third bell 5:10, and 5:15 is the arati. So here in this presentation there are 2 questions you can infer. How much time we should sleep? How much time a student has to sleep? That's a big question. There's arguments and so many things. Second thing, does this yoga makes them tired? After doing yoga, one should be fresh. And so much of energy it generates, enthusiasm it generates. But my brothers, I see, they go and have a nice nap. They do only 25 minutes of yoga. I should not call it as yoga. Simply some action is happening. It's not a proper yoga. But that makes them tired. Next 30 to 45 minutes, some people get a headache. Some people, they get the best sleep at the time. So my fate, if I have, every day I should go, but I don't want to disturb the sleeping soul. So I Sometime I go and I tell them, don't sleep. But as I see, as I observed, it is repeating and they are finding it more difficult with me to avoid the sleep. What is the solution for this?
So lots of questions together. Human body repairs when human body is at rest. So rejuvenation of the body cannot happen without rest. And the rest should be the rest of the body and the rest of the mind. Both are needed. So we all need at least 7 hours of good night's sleep. Now, I'm not saying that this is happening in your hostel, but a lot of time I work with a lot of students. I'm working with a group of 155 students in All India Institute of Medical Sciences in my program. And the problem is that although your waking up time is controlled by the warden, you don't sleep at the time when you should sleep. And a lot of these devices, WhatsApp, computer, Instagrams, chats, all these things go on and on and on for a long time, and you're not able to sleep. Now, one thing you should understand, very important, all the students, the in between your two eyes inside your brain is called suprachiasmatic nucleus, and therein sits your pineal gland, which in our olden rishis used to call third eye. That pineal gland secretes a hormone called melatonin, and melatonin is what puts you to sleep. Now, but through your eyes, the signal goes to the pineal gland. If there is no sunshine, that means it's night, and the pineal gland starts secreting melatonin and you go to sleep. The problem is that the modern devices, the computer devices, TV screens and the cell phones emit a light called blue light, and that blue light works exactly as sunlight. So if you are looking at your WhatsApp at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. your computer screen, then your pineal gland stops secreting melatonin because it is told to believe that the sun is still on. Now, for you then to sleep, you need 3 more hours of shutting off the device. So what does that tell you? If you're going to sleep at 10 p.m., by 7 p.m. you should not be looking at blue light. So TV screens, WhatsApp, phones, electronic devices is the most important reason why your brain gets confused. Now, you go to sleep, you may close your eyes, your body may go to sleep, the mind cannot go to sleep, mind is still working for 3 hours. So although you think you got 7 hours of sleep, but your mind only got 4 hours of sleep. And that is what happens. So please pay attention to that. Switch off your devices. Don't look at the TV, don't look at the camera, don't look at the WhatsApp, don't look at the computers 3 hours before you go to bed. That's very important sleep hygiene principle.
And Swamiji was talking about they have to keep on running around the clock. After doing yogasana, one should get rejuvenated and somebody is getting sleep. So the first reason is he slept on the bed but his mind was not put into sleep. So that we have to correct. ಮಲಿಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಬ್ಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋ ಭಾವನೆ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದರೆ that is the proof that you slept well. When you have done that well, now you have got that energy, enthusiasm to do yogasana and pranayama. So I demonstrate in my next class pranayamas. We have to do asana, but pranayama. Pranayama is the one which is going to rejuvenate you. We will demonstrate and you will do with me and you will feel. Definitely yogasana can rejuvenate all of us. If it can rejuvenate Susheel Sharma at the age of 65 or 66, why it cannot rejuvenate you at the age of 19 or 20? So he is the proof who is sitting next to me. He came to Haridwar 5 years back, he practiced yogasana on the Ganga bank, and since that day he has never stopped practicing. He works throughout the day teaching medical students, working with patients, morning 4 to night 10. He is not tired. So it is possible. It's all about training our mind. Where there is a will, there is a way. We will find out the way out. What only thing is you have to use your willpower. So my humble suggestion, request to all the students is, please make your mind. I want to be enthusiastic student. I want to practice yoga. I want to practice asana. I want to practice pranayama. I want to practice meditation. All this will help me to study well. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. By practicing yoga, I should become more efficient in day-to-day activities. So these are all things we can.
And one more thing, Swamiji, if you are getting sleep, if the students are getting sleepy after the yoga, that means they are not doing enough yoga. So double the duration.
Oh, See, I can take any suggestion and try to work out, but I can't give time. Time is the one, I mean, everyone has 24 hours. And here we are hard pressed. I am sure this is not a new problem for you, Dr. Sushilji and Maharaj. Even in the medical field, we see still the worst case. Even I have visited some of the IITs and what we call Birla runs some institutes. But they are awake till 2:30, 2 o'clock in the night. And they are seen as role models. I was shocked. And they get up at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, and they get whatever IIT certificate, this, that. And that has become the trend of the day. And some of the boys who wanted to join the hostel, and they were reluctant to join at the end of the admission, because we are not allowing them to read up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Maharaj, sorry to interrupt, but a lot of this also is cultural. See, I come from America. All America wakes up 5 or 6 in the morning. And also, when we used to do our procedures, we start the first procedure 6 o'clock in the morning on the table, the patient. By 10 o'clock in the morning, we're done with all our complex procedures. So now me and Swamiji are going to do a student conference on October 2nd in All India Institute, and I suggested 6 o'clock is a reasonable time to do pranayama, yoga, meditation, although 5 o'clock is better. Then the head of the student told me, no, sir, before 10 o'clock, you cannot get any student to attend the conference on a Sunday morning.
Right. So the lifestyle.
Say our role model should be yogis. Yogi Bhavarjuna said Sri Krishna in the Gita. So that message is for all of us. We all should become yogis. Yogi should be our role model. If you are a yogi, you can achieve the best. Dr. Susheel Sharma is there again with me. He went around the world, did everything, then finally he realized, no, this is not the way I should lead my life. He changed his lifestyle. Being a busy interventional cardiologist, he learnt a lesson, then he changed his lifestyle and he's following. So you are all lucky, all students who are listening to Dr. Susheel Sharma. Based on his experience, he will be focusing more on Dinacharya. Dinacharya is a key to success to achieve all the things.
Yes. Thanks for your very valuable time. That too on the Sunday, you have given time for us. I know our boys are feeling little bad because Sunday evening has been snatched. But this is about their own health. I thought this is the best time so that you can hit the nail properly. Thanks for your time, and we'll be waiting for the next session too. With the small prayer, we will close the session.